I have the ESC tuned for 100% speed. So let's check her out. Yes, plenty fast for a crawler. That's all we need. Let's see how the low speed control is. And this is a brush system. It's unloaded, so it's a little fast unloaded, but as soon as we get loaded down into the rocks, well, I call it a little fast. I'm one of the harshest critics of that. But once we get down into the rocks, brushed motors get a lot slower. So, you know, on the ground, that's still plenty. That's still plenty slow for crawling. So I did a lot of testing with this rig to select the good motor and gearing for it. And what we determined is that anything faster than either 27 turn, 3 slot 550, like a Trailmaster or Crawlmaster, or a 13 turn 550 in a 5 slot, and that'd be the Crawlmaster line. At least these are in my motors. I can't speak for other brands. The quality of magnets has a lot to do with it. But if we went any faster than those motors for the brush, that they just really didn't handle this heft of rig and the gear down that's available to it. Yeah, this thing is a beast on the climbs. It certainly has the wheelbase and the reach, and they tune the foam so well. This is moist powdery limestone. We still got a little bit of dew on it this morning, and as you can see, dew on the tires from the going through the yard. So we should have dropped a tuning guide before this video that tells you how to set up the Hobbywing 1080 ESC for optimum performance, at least in my opinion. We've got the freewheeling turned on so that we have active drag brake. And we have maximum drag brake. There we are. Yeah, this thing just has some reach. Let's go in directions that I normally wouldn't go on these rocks. Let's see if I can just go straight off of this thing. We're gonna test just how stable this rig is. And I must say, the suspension geometry, this isn't the first time that I've driven it. Although you might think it's the first time. It's not the first time I've driven it, and the suspension geometry isn't what I'm used to, but it's really stable in its own way. It's kind of like how the Gen 8 drives in a lot of ways, but different roll center, different instant center on there. There we are. So I chose the Crawlmaster to go into this ready to run because I really like the smooth startup. If you do find that the performance of it, that the reaction of it when you're in a bind is a little bit too soft for your liking, then I would suggest switching to the 27 turn Trailmaster 550 or a Torquemaster version, although the Trailmaster is going to be a really nice budget option. We're getting hung up on this front axle here. See if, there we go. I prefer the drive of the Crawlmasters, but again, if you find that you like a little bit more torque density, a little bit more solid feel under load, then that Trailmaster is going to be the one to go for. All right, see how she does. And this is what I'm talking about with the stability. We're floating 2 tires right now, and it's just, I know what it's going to do. Look at that. Look at that. This thing is amazing. Now, because of the length of the wheelbase and having the CMS, the servo, the chassis mounted servo, the steering radius isn't always the best depending on how the suspension is loaded. And a lot of that has to do with the long wheelbase. It's really hard to get a long wheelbase rig to turn tight. Maybe somebody could come out with some aftermarket knuckles that would give us a little bit more Ackerman, and that would help. Nice and capable. Big old trail rig without being too big. It just kind of rides that nice line of size. It's been a long time since anybody came out with a 2.2. That's a crawler at least. And again, let's just see how stable this guy is. It just wants to keep his tires down, amazingly. Already getting scratches on it. Oh, getting it bound down. Just need to get those front tires hooked. There it is. Somebody's been changing my rock pile. Wonder who that is. Oh, might scrape off the buckets. There we are. Now, let's see if this sucker will do a line that I know I can't do with other vehicles. But it's just a little bit bigger, so it might be able to do it. Hook that tire. All right. Actually, I came at it at the wrong angle. Let me give a little assist here. So going through this I don't know what it'd be called, a chute of rocks. There we are. I know my other rigs can't make it. I know the Wendigo doesn't make it as well. There we are. That's the line. Well, if I hadn't have made an error right there, she would have went right through. But it still got through. Let's try that at a different angle this next time. Come on now, I got myself trapped. Oh dear. There we go. Let's try this from a little better angle. I'll move this dang rock. Somebody's changing my piles. I feel like an old grumpy man complaining about who touched my piles? Who moved that one rock? I swear is in a different spot. So I will note that what I'm doing right now, crawling through riprap, is literally the hardest thing that you can do to a rig. There really is no worse as far as testing something out. There we go. Let's see how she does. On two wheels, it balances. Oh no. Just as I'm talking about balancing on wheels. All right, I gotta try that again. I know it's possible. It's gotta be possible. We'll just line up. We'll just line up again. Too focused on complaining about my rocks being moved. All right, all right. There we go, and then a little bump. Oh, I almost had it. Okay, one more time. This is something that none of my other rigs will do, because I've tried this line before. Oh, really? Doggy likes it too. Rough. Rough. All right, so we get over here. Get that front tire floating. There we go. Wow. Yes, sirree. Well, I must say the suspension geometry on this is not what I had originally expected. Coming off of essentially a Wendigo style platform, much more stable, much more stable. And maybe you would consider this more of a trail rig than a crawler. That's fine. I'm just crawling with it, so take my advice for what it is. I think trail running would be a lot easier on the rig, you know, less binding to worry about. Yeah. And as usual, man, I just keep crawling out here all day if I was left to my own devices. But I think that's a pretty good test in the rocks. Got her bound up real hard. Let's just go ahead and test the electronics. You know, this is getting her deep into the rocks. So let's just see. I didn't quite have to full pin it to get through any of that, and a little bit of that's knowing the finesse of a system. Big old battery, of course, 1080, ice cold. The Trailmaster Sport 550 13 turn. There's a little bit of warmth to it, but I was getting it bound down in the rocks there, as you saw, as you could probably hear. You could always go with a slower motor if you wanted to. Servo is just a little warm. You know, I'd say on this maybe 100 degrees, we're at about 80 degrees Fahrenheit ambient right now. Motor maybe 110, maybe 120. After getting it bound down, that's really to be expected. And ambient on the 1080 ESC. So going with a slower motor, it always is going to be easier for your ESC. Again, on this platform, due to the tire height and due to the gear down, I would not recommend a faster brush motor. If you want faster, you should really go to brushless, in all honesty. But you can always go to a slower motor. I think even the 15-turn version of that 550 Crawlmaster would be a good bet. You could also go, like I said, with a 27-turn Trailmaster if you wanted more torque and you wanted to retain the same wheel speed that it currently has with stock. So all in all, I would give them 2 thumbs up on this platform. Very impressed with how it crawls. This sucker is probably going to have a whole lot of aftermarket made for it. It's something new in the market, a 2.2. I like it. It's nice to see people kind of going back to the old school, so to speak, because like I said, we haven't seen a 2.2 on the market in a crawler version for a really long time. So yeah, I dig it. I dig it. Good job, Redcat. They continue to surprise us. It seems like every release they're getting better and better, going from the brand that was more of a budget brand, and they seem to be aiming at the big boys now. So if you do have any questions about this, leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to get to them. As always, thanks for tuning in and have a good day.